about to go into one of the driest environments on the planet. One thing I don't want to do is exhaust myself by carrying a huge amount of weight. I've already got 8 kilos of weight on my back, and I'm just thinking, if I was to make myself a very basic sledge, I could put all the weight on it, and that's going to be how I maintain my self-reliance throughout the desert. All I'm looking for is 2 very long stretches of willow, and I'm essentially thick enough to be durable, but thin enough to not be too heavy. I'm constantly having to think how many different environments the sledge is going to have to go over. I'm going to be going over rock initially, probably grassland and scrub, eventually sand dunes. I need a robust enough sledge. All I've got to do now is put the cross braces on, the platform essentially, which will hold the whole thing together as well, and got myself a little sledge. I just need to collect some firewood, load up the meat again and the water, and it's done. This whole trip isn't just about getting to the finish line, just having survived by the narrowest of margins. It's about me evolving, it's about me learning, it's about doing things that I've never done before, like building a sledge. And I think if I was to just run into the desert, underprepared, no means of lighting a fire, shivering at night, what am I proving to myself? Look at that! Look at that! Happy, happy days.
Just checking on the trackers here now, and Matt's taken quite a large detour across the steppe towards the river. This could give Ed the opportunity to catch up. He's now making good, steady pace straight towards the target on the most direct line.
Definitely nice. It looks like just a couple hours of light left. It's nice there's some trees here. At least there's some kind of resource. And seeing the willows actually gives me an idea. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make a water container. So I'm gonna take a section of this wood, I'm gonna split it, then I'm gonna hollow it out, and then I'm gonna bind it back together. But I think that'll do the trick. At least it'll get me some water. Willow contains salicylic acid, which is very similar to aspirin. So it's not only a painkiller, but it's anti-inflammatory. So this could be good for running across the desert. I can taste it already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carve out the whole length of this tube, leaving the bottom together. Getting enough water, being able to carry it across the dunes is critical right now. I've got the larch resin in here. It's heating up. It's good for making glues. You can make glues fresh like this, or you can actually add charcoal or dung to them to make a really hard resin. But I'm actually trying to produce a really soft resin, so it's basically waterproof. And then I'm gonna bind that all together just as extra insurance, fill in any little outside cracks. Then I'm gonna blow on it. You can see if it's waterproof that way. Yeah, I don't hear any air coming through. It should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up, fill it up with water, give it a test go. Oh, there it is. Willow water bottle. First and only patented water bottle made out of willow. It's nice being here right now. We got a nice sunset. I feel like I'm in a good place.
I've been walking now for most of the afternoon and all of the evening. I'm exhausted. That's me for today. I'm properly spent. Because of the sledge, I've got firewood and I can get a fire going. It's very difficult when you're making decisions completely on your own to not second-guess yourself, to not think, should I not be running? But you have to have a strategy. This is how I think I can beat Matt Graham. It's not a running competition. It's a survival test. It's day 4. I'm heading north. And already the sun is so hot. It's just a sapping environment, sapping of all energy. Ah! I need a drink. The reason I'm actually drinking out of the nipple is because every time I open the top, there's a risk of spilling water because it's a very big hole. And to have a very, very small aperture, it enables me to ration the water much better. Problem with dehydration, if I start feeling the effects of dehydration, which is thumping headache and dizziness and just apathy, and that will then lead to heat exhaustion. And heat exhaustion is essentially where you just cook from the inside and all of your organs start to fail, and eventually it can lead to death.
Just looking at the tracker there, Ed's just been plodding on. He's actually gained quite a distance now. Matt's detour across to the river seems to have cost him quite a bit of time.
I think this area might be good for some hunting. This looks like some old petroglyphs in the rocks. There's sheep here, ibex. Definitely old hunting scenes. You feel alone out here, but then you see this and you look around and you realize that someone was standing here a long time ago, telling their story, leaving it in the rock. It's time to find some food. Been seeing these little gerbils running around. Yeah, these guys are tiny and they're super jumpy. Like they poke out of the holes and then they just dive right back in really fast. I'm gonna go cook it up. I feel a deep sense of satisfaction when I can see where all of my food comes from and live from the land. And I feel like it, in turn, makes me appreciate it more, and I feel like I'm more respectful. It reminds me of seeing the rock art back there on the steps. Or gerbil organ, shish kebab. There's the heart. So good. Organic deliciousness at its finest. Actually, it's got so much flavor that it tastes like a gourmet restaurant with every bite. I don't want to waste anything, so I'm just going to eat the bones, too. They're actually good for you. You get a little bit of calcium and marrow, and it's alkalinizing to the body, helps it balance out the meat. After going a couple days with very little, just getting this, I can feel the energy right away. I'm gonna be sprinting across those sand dunes now.
For the first time, I've actually got sand underneath my feet. I'm transitioning from the grassy steppe onto the sand. My worry at the moment is the lack of water. I haven't got any water. Oh, I'm absolutely destroyed. I'm sorry,
Just checking the tracker there. Both the guys are in the sand dunes proper now. This is the toughest part of the challenge. We've got blisteringly hot sun here. We've got the wind that dehydrates. It's incredibly hard going.
My mouth is so dry. I haven't got enough water. I genuinely don't quite know what to do at the moment. In my mind, if I get to the edge of the dunes, I'm going to deal with this problem then. In front of me, the sand is darker. It is moist. If I dig down, potentially I could get water. The water's coming through. The water is coming through. Oh my God. That's water. The cap actually filters all of the sand out and just allows the water to penetrate through all the little pores in the material, so it works perfectly well. Okay, I haven't got enough hands to hold the marmot skin open, but if I use the firewood, I created a wide mouth that I can literally pour water into. It might take a while, but that's clean water going in there. It's clean water that I didn't have half an hour ago. And that is a good 2 litres of water, I'd say. That's a good amount. I need to get going. We're back in the game.
Just checking the tracker there. There's a real sandstorm starting to pick up. A sandstorm in there is going to make navigation hell. Sand being driven into your eyes, the visibility is just nigh on zero. One navigation error, because you can't see, could be a complete game changer.
It's intense out here. Definitely not a good time to be out on the dunes.
Stunningly beautiful, but absolutely exhausting. It's skyscraper tall. That's not a building, it's a skyscraper. The wind up here is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But this feels very, very dangerous now. When the wind pauses, I'm gonna work my way down. The quicker I get down, the better. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm just making a few steps at a time. That was an ordeal. An utter ordeal. But kind of cool at the same time. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's almost surreal to look around and see sand everywhere and then a big body of water. It's probably a good place to maybe stay the night, hydrate a bit. I gotta build a shelter, get some rest before I tackle the last part of the dunes. It's been a lot of barren land. At least here I'm noticing I've got reeds. So I'm thinking I could build some kind of nest. I think that's gonna protect me from the wind, insulate me, keep me warm. So what I'm trying to do is create a little bit bigger than body depression so I can build a nest in here. I'd like to be across the dunes, but it's too late. It's tough when you don't know where your competition is. You wonder, but I definitely am pushing hard, so I feel like I must be out ahead. I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
There's a fire. But that must be Matt. I need to go backwards and get out of sight now. All I need to do is stay low, in dead ground. From military experience, you're never exposing yourself in line of sight to the enemy. And in my case, Matt Graham is the enemy. I have overtaken him. Consolidation is not such a bad thing after all, is it? Yes, 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 yes. The joy of waking up this morning knowing that I was ahead of Matt was just unbelievable. Okay, that's the first time I've been able to see the salt flats. All I need to do now is get down out of the sand dunes, cross that open plain, and I've done it. I've finished.
It's good to make smiles now. This is it. The water bottle. It's organic, though. Running the Gobi without water. How foolish is that?
Both Matt and Ed are really going for it now. They're almost neck and neck. If they can maintain this pace, this could be a really close finish.
Yeah, it's tough to navigate through here because it's all cross-graining. Means you're going up and down all the time rather than following ridges. So you have to weave in and out, pick the most efficient route. Sometimes you hit a soft pocket and it's like, oh, and then you hit a hard pocket and you're just like, yeah. So there's a lot of yeahs and then, oh.
My strategy is to try and maintain height as much as possible. If I'm going down into every single dip and then up every single sand dune, then that's just exhausting. I've got to try and weave my way through the little channels.
These guys have hardly taken a break. They're really pushing it.
I still don't know where it is.
It really is going to come down to a dash over the last part of the dunes.
I've just got to cross this one final step. I think there is every possibility that I've won this race. Matt would have had to cover a huge distance today if he was to overtake me, and I've not seen him.
And both guys are now right on the edge of the sand dunes.
I would say I could relax, but I just don't know where Ed is.
Well, we should be able to see one of them coming in now.
The end is in sight. Matt is not visible behind me, and he's not visible in front of me.
Ed's just coming up on this last climb now. He's got this one last challenge up the hill.
Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you. Been watching you for quite a while, actually.
Exactly.
Listen, mate, well done. Really good effort. Unfortunately,
I can see him.
you did pick an ultra-marathon runner.
I know.
Well done, mate.
How are you? Congratulations.
You put on one hell of a challenge.
You whipped my ass, as they say in America.